Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are getting close to finishing Rabbi Nachman's stories, his additional parables, besides for his main stories. And for now we're going to start with number 24 called The Treasure. There was once a man and he dreamt that there was a great treasure under a bridge in Vienna. He traveled there, he stood under the bridge trying to figure out what to do. He didn't want to search for it by day because he didn't want to attract people and make a scene. An officer passed by and asked, "What are you doing standing here and contemplating?" The man decided that it would be best to tell the whole story and ask for help, hoping that the officer would share the treasure with him. He told the officer the entire story. So instead of saying, "Okay, you know what, I take the risk of them taking everything from me, I'll tell this officer my story and we'll split it." The officer replied, "A Jew is only concerned with dreams. I also had a dream, and I also saw a treasure. It was in a small house under a cellar." In relating his dream, the officer accurately described the man's city and house. He rushed home. This is talking about the Jew. He dug under his cellar and found the treasure. He said, "Now I know that I had to travel all along, but in order to find it, I had to travel to Vienna." The same is true in serving Hashem. Each person has the treasure, but in order to find it, he must travel to the tzaddik. We're actually recording this story before Rosh Hashanah, and Rabbi Nachman spoke about the importance of everyone gathering together, everyone bringing themselves and saying that I'm going to be here with the tzaddik for Rosh Hashanah. I will bring my life and my struggles and also my holiness and my purity and my good intentions together with everyone that's going to do the same thing. Well, if the treasure is back at home, what do I need to go for? No. Because sometimes you got to travel to Vienna. Sometimes you got to travel to the tzaddik. Sometimes you got to travel far from your comfort zone. And then you realize, wow, what do I have back at home? This is a very short story, but yet deep story at the same time. Much what to think about, but for now we'll make do with that message that, yes, a person could say, "Hey, how come I could also work on things and I have so much good inside of me?" Yes, it's true. But sometimes when you go out of your four amot, out of your small little area, you go out a little bit, you're able to say, wow, what a treasure I have. Well, let's go on to the next story. There's also a nice story. This is a funny story, actually. It's called The Turkey Prince. A royal prince once became mad and thought he was a turkey. He felt compelled to sit naked under the table, pecking at bones and pieces of bread like a turkey. The royal physicians all gave up hope of ever curing him of his madness, and the king suffered tremendous grief. This was his son. A sage then came and said, "I will undertake to cure him." The sage undressed and sat naked under the table next to the prince, picking crumbs and bones. "Who are you?" asked the prince. "What are you doing here?" "And you," replied the sage, "what are you doing here?" "I am a turkey," said the prince. "I am also a turkey," replied the sage. The rabbi said, "Same like you." They sat together like this for some time until they became good friends. One day the sage signaled the king's servants to throw him shirts. He said to the prince, "What makes you think that a turkey can't wear a shirt? You can wear a shirt and still be a turkey." With that, the two of them put on shirts. After a while, he signaled them again, and they threw him a pair of pants. Just as before, he said, "What makes you think that you can't be a turkey if you wear pants?" He continued until they were both completely dressed. He then signaled again, and under the table they got regular food. He said, "What makes you think that you will stop being a turkey if you eat good food? You can eat whatever you want and still be a turkey." They both ate the food. Finally, the sage said, "What makes you think that a turkey must sit under the table? Even a turkey can sit at the table." The sage continued in this manner until the prince was completely cured. Oh, the first thing that strikes us is that how could it be that a prince goes to being a prince and then he says, "I just want to be a turkey, go under the table and pecking at bones and crumbs"? But this happens to all of us sometimes. Sometimes we don't realize our value and our worth. And it could be coming from good intentions where he really genuinely believed that he was a turkey. And if I'm a turkey, I don't belong at the table. If I'm a turkey, I can't wear these beautiful clothing and I can't eat normal food. But that's not true. All because a person is not on a level where they see themselves being on, it does not mean that they can go and just disregard the truth, because he was a human. He was a prince. Even if you don't feel it, it doesn't mean you don't have to do it. There's sometimes that we don't feel it, but we know what the truth is. Because how do we know what the truth is? If we really, really think about it, we did once feel it, or we believe our teachers that teach us that, yes, there is truth here. But whatever it is you're doing, don't fall to that depth and just take everything off and make yourself naked, and you're not eating normal food and you're not taking care of yourself. Why? Because something is wrong with me. Yes, something's wrong with you. You'll figure it out. And how did they figure it out? And the sage went under the table, and he came down to his level, and he was able to understand him. That's the biggest healing you could give to a person. You see someone suffering, so many people suffering. You're not any better than them. Go and show them that you're here for them, and you have a listening ear, and you're there for them. Come down to their level. Heard an amazing idea. I don't know where he got it from, but Rabbi Jacobs said that it says the best of doctors go to Gehinnom. Go to purgatory. What does that mean? So he explained it in a novel way. He said that the best of the doctors are able to come down to your hell, to your suffering, to your struggle, and to sit there with you and be there for you and give you advice, hopefully, which the sage was able to do slowly, bring him back to his level. All right, let's stop here for today. And we'll pick up with I believe, the last few stories. And hopefully Hashem will help us to finish Rabbi Nachman's stories and Rabbi Nachman's parables and move on to the next endeavor. Hope you guys join us. Thinking about Rabbi Arush just put out a new booklet called Hineni Biyadcha, in your hands, all about bitachon, all about trust in Hashem, and really, really a lot of fundamental things in Judaism. May Hashem help us to continue to giving the shiurim and continue joining us, because there's good things to come. Thank you for joining. Have a great week.